you're a buyer looking to buy on Whidbey Island and you're wondering, is now a good time? The answer is a little bit more technical and complicated than just yes or no. And I'm a real believer in helping to empower your decision with information. So let's take a look at what we've got. So the first thing that you should know is that, relatively speaking, we are having a strong market comeback. And so this is a graph that's showing all the way from January 2020 through June of 2023. And you can see that while we had sort of a slip there at the end of last year, it's sort of rebounded. And that's a big surprise that things are stabilizing. And we've got actually some rising momentum in the market. So if people were hoping for prices to go down, it's just not going to happen in the near future because there's so much pent-up demand. Buyers got frozen there for a little bit. Sellers even got frozen. But now that we've adjusted to the new interest rates, which are still relatively low when you look over decades of time, people are starting to get comfortable and realize that it's still a good time to buy. What we are seeing, though, is an increase in how many homes are available on the market. So homes for sale. This is the sort of North Whidbey area. Green Bank to Oak Harbor is the dark blue line, and South Whidbey is the green line. And what we can see is that this is over the last 3 years, the homes for sale there's a lot more homes for sale. In fact, there's 56.9% more homes for sale this time than there was last year in June. So we do have more homes, but as soon as interest rates start to go down, we'll see more buyers come on the scene, and that might change that, and we might get back to a pretty competitive place. I worked with one of our favorite local lenders to come up with this and to create this so that we could see the actual details on what we would be saving if we wait until hopefully interest rates drop down to who knows what's going to happen in the future, but just to compare what a percent drop does to your payment and what you can afford. So if you want to keep your total PM or PITI payment, your mortgage payment, relatively the same, so a little bit higher, we're ranging around $100, but trying to keep that really, really close. Then at 7% interest rate, you can afford a $500,000 house. And if interest rates dropped to 5%, you could afford $120,000 more. Most likely it's going to be more around here, which is really only affording $55,000 more. So if you're waiting around for interest rates to drop, just know that the amount you will be able to afford may not be that much more. So that's really only a 10% difference. And if you wait too long or you have too much competition, that could cause a problem, because when there's a lot of competition, we see prices, that competition really drive prices up. We were seeing homes go in multiple offer situations for easily 10% over asking. We hope that doesn't happen again. We hope that this more moderate market lasts, but there's still a few homes that when they come on are really hot, and we are seeing those multiple offer situations. The other thing I want to show you, got the same $500,000 house at 7%, that's going to be $3,764 a month. And by dropping a percent, you've got to lower your monthly payment by $329. If you go down 2%, then it's $642, which can be quite a big deal. That's why a lot of lenders are giving you a free refi within 18 months of purchase, just in case we do see those rates dip. Now, one last, here we go, cost of waiting. One last little analysis, and there's Amy. Thank you, Amy, for putting these together. Really appreciate it. Cost of waiting. So if you have a property that right now is $500,000, that same property is going to appreciate in property value over 1 year, and these are really conservative amounts of appreciation, but the property value will go up. The terms, will push you out over those years, and this is the predicted APR or rate. We will see them hopefully go down to 6%. But even if they just stay at 6% and they don't go back up, we're looking at what the cost is of waiting just 6 months all the way up to 3 years to buy that same home that's $500,000 today. And I'll just get right down to brass tacks. Waiting 6 months, when you take into account the loss of property appreciation, amortization costs, the payment differences, and that negative on the cash flow, you're still at a really big loss if you wait too much longer with just some really simple calculations. Now, if you want to dig into the details even more or your specific scenario, then I strongly encourage you to reach out and contact your Windermere broker or a really great reputable local lender like Amy with CMG Home Loans. I hope this information was helpful. Thank you for taking the time to learn more about the bigger picture instead of just taking the quick yes or no, what do I do answer. Think about it yourself. Be empowered with knowledge and data.